Hi, Nosheen. How are you?
Assalamualaikum, Ismail. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nosheen, for taking out time out of your busiest routine. And I'm really glad to see you again. And uh, we can engage our audience. Today we have a very special guest, Miss Nosheen Khan, who is representing University of Bradford. And she's a regional manager representing Pakistan, Egypt, and Turkey. So welcome you again, Miss Nosheen.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the Facebook Live. It's great to be able to connect with prospects and be able to share information about Bradford with you all.
Yeah. So, Nosheen, students are really keen to know about that. Why University of Bradford? That why there is need to apply at University of Bradford? Why not in other universities? So, would you please share some of the details or some of the intro which you would like to? Over to you.
Absolutely. That's a fantastic question to start off with. Why the University of Bradford? Now, when I first speak to students, they always ask me this question, why should we study at Bradford? What does the university offer? Firstly, just to sort of give you a bit of introduction about Bradford, where it is, what we're about. So we are based in the UK. So we are in England, and we are in the north of England, next to Manchester. So a lot of people must have heard about Leeds and Manchester, and we are 15 minutes from Leeds and we're 45 minutes from Manchester. So that gives you an idea where we are. In terms of the city itself, we have a population of 500,000 people. So we are not a small city, we are a very big and happening city. And again, I'll sort of go into details about the city during this live session as well. In terms of the university in itself, we have around 13,000 students studying at the university, which kind of gives you an idea of the population. And 80% of those students are from the UK, and 20% of those students are international students. So when you say international students, we mean students from Pakistan, India, Middle East, Egypt, Turkey, China, America, all across the world. So for students doing at Bradford, they're not only just gaining experience of being around students from the UK, but they're gaining experience of being around students in an international background. And a lot of students sort of feedback that actually this is fantastic for them, because when they graduate, they build those personable skills to be able to then network with people from all across the world. So I think again that's a positive part of student at the University of Bradford. Just to sort of give you another idea of what the university is like and the city, the University of Bradford is in the city centre. So it's a campus-based institution, and we are only 5 minutes away from the city centre. So students who are studying at Bradford, it's great for them because literally everything is at a walking distance. So if students want to go to the shopping centre, if they want to go get their groceries, if they just want to work part-time, everything is in a walking distance. So it is in the city centre and lots of opportunities. But also for students who like the countryside, like greenery, who don't like the busy city centre life, we also have just a 15-20 minutes sort of bus ride or a car journey. We have a lot of places where students can go for a walk, for hiking. So it's quite a diverse city around Bradford. So when you compare it to London, London's very much a metropolitan city. It's very, busy, whereas you have a busy life in Bradford, but you also can balance it out with the outskirts of Bradford as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much for such a brief introduction about University of Bradford, and I guess students get an idea that where the city is and how they can get benefit while studying at University of Bradford. Then one question which students really want to know that uh, what is a triple crown accreditation? So, would you please tell our student that what is Triple Crown accreditation and how this business school got accreditation from different authorities? Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, so with the Triple Crown accreditation, we have three different organisations that are linked to our business school. So with these accreditation, it means that students who study at our business school, they are we ensure that they are good quality students because they are studying high-ranked course. All the courses and the quality of the courses that we teach in our business school have to be in line with the Triple Crown accreditation. So obviously when you study business, when you study management, you can study that anywhere across the whole UK, whereas at Bradford, we are one of 18 UK universities that only have this accreditation. So you are gaining something specifically that Bradford offer, and it's not just a standard business and management and law course. We do have a very high level of standard for it. So when you graduate, when employers look at your CV and your degree, and they know that you've studied Triple Crown accredited degree, they'll understand that it's a very high quality degree. And like I've mentioned, it's 1 out of 18 universities offer it, and we are very fortunate to have this accreditation. In terms of our business school, to sort of give students an idea, we offer a wide range of foundation, undergraduate and postgraduate courses as well. So again, we also offer MBA, and within our courses, undergraduate courses, you can do a placement as well.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for briefly introduction about Triple Crown accreditation. Would you please tell which 3 accreditation does University of Bradford have? So it could be, you can say the names or some kind of authorities where it belongs to.
Yeah. So we have ASCA, we have ASCB as well, and within the sort of Triple Crown accredited is linked with our MBA and our business school. So again, it sort of gives you that sort of authority to have access to those profiles and those systems as well. So like I mentioned, the Triple Crown accreditation is something that students can utilise whilst they are studying at.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable insight. And students from Pakistan need to know that what is the admission criteria in University of Bradford. So would you please share some of the details or kind of entry requirement that's required by University of Bradford?
Yeah, Ismail, I sure will go through the entry requirements. So as I've mentioned, we have foundation, bachelor's and master's, and also PhD research programs. So in terms of foundation, students who have studied intermediate or HSC, they can study our foundation course if they have got a 70% mark on their intermediate or HSC. In terms of our foundation, it allows students, if you study a 1-year foundation course, you can go and progress onto any of our undergraduate courses, which is fantastic, because you're not just it's not just specific for one course. You can decide whichever course you want to study as long as you pass your foundation course. In terms of the fees for the foundation course, it is around £12,000, but we are offering a scholarship of £4,000 for those students. In terms of the foundation as well, so not only do you gain experience of understanding what course you're going into, but you also have an idea of it helps you improve your English language skill as well. And I think that's a benefit for students who sort of want to understand what the higher education system is like in the UK, so they're ready and prepared for their undergraduate, their bachelor's degree. So the foundation year is classed as a year 0, and it's usually equivalent to sort of A levels. It's equivalent to it's in IB, all the rest of it. So I think students who study that, they're in a university environment, but they're gaining that sort of knowledge before they go into their bachelor's, which can be quite difficult to study, especially when you move from one country to another. It's quite challenging understanding the different sort of education system. Now I'll move on to undergraduate. So undergraduate is a bachelor's degree, and again, this is a 3-year degree. However, if you do decide to go for a 4-year degree, you can do this. By 4-year degree, you can a placement year onto your bachelor's degree. The admissions criteria, we don't accept direct entry via sort of intermediate or HSC for our bachelor's students. However, we do accept O-levels or a 2-year bachelor's degree. We will accept that to study our bachelor's degree. So A-levels or 2-year bachelor's is what we look for. And again, sort of our entry times are very different for each individual course. So if I give you a bit of an idea, for business and management, we might ask for 3 Bs or 2 Bs and a C. However, for particular courses like pharmacy, we might ask you for an A and 2 As and a B, but we also require you to have chemistry or biology as a background. So this is very important to start doing your research of what requirements universities need for a specific course, because you might need a specific science background, or you might need some work experience. Work experience usually is for master courses and research. So again, I'll go into a bit of detail about that as well. So moving on, so that kind of gives you an idea of our bachelor's degree. Look for A-levels, or if you've done foundation year, or if you've done a bachelor's degree. And you can also enter into our 2nd or 3rd year as well. So that's not, you don't have to necessarily study our 1st year. You can, if you've done a bachelor's honours degree in Pakistan, we can look at your modules and potentially allow you to study into 2nd or 3rd year. In terms of the placement that you might potentially select in your bachelor's degree is between your 2nd and your 3rd year of your academic studies. So you do 2 years of studies, then you'll do a placement, and then you'll complete the final year. So that's 4 years in total. That's the extra option. You don't have to go for that, but again, that is available for students as well. And then going on to sort of postgraduate, I'll sort of touch upon masters, because I do believe that a lot of students from Pakistan do study masters in the UK. That's the majority sort of students that we tend to get. Again, with our master's course, we tend to look for a sort of a CGPA of 2.5, or we look for 60%. So if, for example, you have a 2.2 and that's equivalent to 60% at your university, we will look to accept you for that. We do have some different requirements for our LLM, so that is law, master's in law. We do accept students from the University of Punjab at 45% as well. So that sort of gives you an idea of what our entry requirements are for our master's course. 2.5 is what we look for. However, just to sort of add on to it, some of our master courses that are maybe have a little bit of a higher entry requirement, it might be 3.0. But again, if you contact prospects and you sort of show them your transcript and your documents, they will filter through what courses is suited for you and what is available for you as well. Some students might also ask about PhD in research. Now, the application process is a little bit different for research programs, because students have to write a proposal in advance. And with PhDs, they can take a while in terms of the application process, because we have to find a supervisor who would want to sort of take on a student for that particular research. If they're interested in your proposal, then they'll get back to you. So it's not an openly available opportunity for it in comparison to a postgraduate master's degree. In terms of all our applications, we usually respond within 2 to 4 working days from our admissions team. However, if you are submitting your application through your agent prospect, it can take a little while because they have to submit their application, and I would say wait around 1 week before you can get a response for your application, as long as you have all your documents. So any student that is applying, ensure that you have all your documents ready so that you don't have to go back and forth.
Yeah. Thank you so much for such a brief explanation about the entry requirement. You have pretty qualified the criteria on the basis of for the undergraduate and for the postgraduate. So that is really great, and I can see that our student can get an idea that what are the key requirements for the University of Bradford. Ma'am, do you consider nowadays the situation is getting very, you can say, intense regarding COVID-19 situation? So our students need to know that what University of Bedford deciding about COVID-19 situation. So
Yeah.
it could be related to our September intake. Does it going on the time or not? So your take on this?
So, a fantastic question again, because this is a very important topic that we're all facing. I've been working from home for about over 2 months now. A lot of people have been working from home, and a lot of teachers have been online. So just to give students an idea, we have two intakes a year. We have a September intake and we have a January intake. In our September
Yeah.
intake, we are still going for face-to-face teaching. So we are hoping that God willingly, inshallah, if everything is all well, we will have a face-to-face teaching in September. However, obviously, we totally understand that this situation, we don't know what might happen or what if things will change. The UK government have eased the restrictions, and students might go back to school in June, so that's looking quite positive. In addition to that, we are supporting our international students to ensure they get unconditional offer before they start in September. So we've put some things in place, and I'll go through them with you as well. So firstly, we are, obviously students can't sit IELTS, so we have allowed students to take TOEFL at home test, and with the TOEFL at home, students, if they pass it with the Bradford requirement, then students will not have to sit IELTS, okay, and we'll allow that to be taken on. And they can take that test in their own home.
Quickly jump into to your discussion that students need to know that our University of Bradford going to conduct their own test, as we are pretty about the basalt test. So what are the updates regarding the English test? So would you please share some of the details? Yeah.
Absolutely, Ismail. So we have our own English language test, which is called the basalt test. It's a Bradford English language test. Now, it's a paper-based test for students to conduct who have a conditional offer. So you have to have a conditional offer before you can sit this exam. This is why I emphasize, make sure you submit your applications to ensure that you have your offer. At the moment, it will be myself who conducts the test. So because there's travel restrictions, I am not allowed to be able to come to Pakistan at this moment of time to conduct the test. However, as soon as the travel ban is lifted, I will be in Pakistan and I will conduct the test. So it might be a 5-day notice, it might be a week notice, but what my point is, students should have a conditional offer. So when we do contact our students, and we should let prospects know that we are offering this test, it's better that the student has a conditional offer, then we can allow them to sit the test. And usually we will conduct the test in Islamabad, Lahore and Karachi. This test is free for students. However, I do not have a specific date as of yet, but I am hoping in July maybe the travel ban will be lifted, and I will be hopefully be able to come to Pakistan and conduct this English language test.
So a student can expect your visit in Pakistan.
Yeah, I'd just like to add another point, sorry, onto it. We are waiving English language for any student from Lungs University. So any student from that particular university, at the moment, we only have Lungs on the list. We will be adding a few more on there. We will waive your English language test, your English language. With your, you don't even need a proficiency letter, because we have a contact with the university, and they've sort of given us an idea of what the medium of instruction is at the university.
Ma'am, the students are very keen to pursue their studies at University of Bradford. So, keeping in mind the time frame that it would take to conduct the Bradford University on test, so what are the other tests that you are accepting other than IELTS? As you can see, the IELTS is not happening, as it's a paper-based test and it's a center-based test. So, what are the other tests that you are accepting?
Yeah, Ismail, as I mentioned, we are accepting TOEFL at home. So students can sort of have a look online, or they can contact prospects directly, and they will inform the students about the particular test. So you can sit at home very safely, and as long as you have internet connection and you have a laptop, you can sit the TOEFL at home test. And again, if students have further detail and want to know about, when you go on the website, if you select University of Bradford, it tells you the requirement that you need for your particular degree. So I would definitely have a look at that if you don't have IELTS. And I believe it's around $80. So again, you can sort of look at, it's a lot cheaper, half the price of what IELTS is.
Yeah, that's great. So, student, you have an idea about that basal test is will happen when Mem Nosheen will come in Pakistan. So, it's expected that in July. Is it, ma'am?
Well, yeah, I'm hoping it'll be in July. With the
Yeah.
as soon as the travel ban is lifted, Ismail, we will be conducting the test in Pakistan.
Yeah.
That will be first
And at this And at the same time, ma'am, we should recommend our student that if someone doesn't want to wait, so they can conduct or they can give other tests also other than IELTS. So you have mentioned the TOEFL online test, which is a computer-based test. So yeah, student can get an idea from your discussion. So, ma'am,
Absolutely.
coming to our discussion where we left about the COVID-19 situation. So, students are very keen to know about that September intake, and it's a very, you can say, a hot issue nowadays to have a discuss that is it going on time or is it some delay?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, we are still having our September intake, and we are hoping it will be a face-to-face intake. So we're not planning for an online intake. If for whatever reason there is an issue with um, students travelling and having a September intake, we will probably postpone to October or November. However, I would like to add, we also have a January intake as well. So if you have usually we offer about 12 different courses in our January intake, but this time round we will be expanding the options for January intake. But apply now, have your offer, and then if you do decide to defer, you can do that. But we have around 130 different courses available for our September intake.
Sure. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the answer. Ma'am, would you please share some of the details about the scholarships that those students who haven't idea about the University of Bradford? So, what kind of scholarships are available, and what worth of scholarships are available at University of Bradford? Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, so at the University of Bradford, we have a few different scholarships available for students from Pakistan. I mean, we have a fantastic link to Pakistan because of our previous Chancellor at the University of Bradford is the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan. So we have fantastic links. We also accredited degrees from Nimel College as well. So again, we have that link and we want to give things back to students from Pakistan. So firstly, I'd like to mention any student who gets a conditional offer or unconditional offer will be guaranteed a £4,000 scholarship. So that's amazing, and that is on all full-time courses. That is foundation, undergraduate, and postgraduate as well.
That's great.
In
That's
terms
great.
of another scholarship that we do offer, we have a Best Way Foundation scholarship. These are for students who are sort of struggling to struggling to sort of find finance, but have a very interesting story to why they want to study in the UK. So it's not just for students who are struggling to meet the requirements; they have to have a really good story. And we have 5 Best Way Foundation scholarships available. A lot of our students who get this scholarship are from the north of Pakistan, so like from Gilgit and sort of those areas in Pakistan. But if any student can apply for it, you don't need to have an application to apply. However, the deadline is sort of in a week's time. but there are only 5 available. And just to give you an idea, we get around 900 applications for that scholarship.
Yeah, and I guess that's a great news. So
Yeah.
we will be sharing this with our students. Yeah.
Yeah, and we also have our MSc in Artificial Intelligence. We have now allowed to give students a £10,000 scholarship for this course. It's only been recently announced, about 2 days ago. Anyone studying Artificial Intelligence for the September intake will get a £10,000 scholarship. So that's amazing because your fees will be half of what you expect.
I agree. I agree. I agree. That is really amazing. The £10,000 scholarship. So try to focus on the application process and grab your chance, grab your seat as soon as.
Absolutely. Yeah, and with artificial intelligence, it's quite a niche sort of background. A lot of people are going. Yeah, a lot of people are going into artificial intelligence. So anyone with computer science background, it's a fantastic course for you. And yeah, have a look at that particular course because we are offering, I believe, 60 £10,000 scholarships. Yeah. Do you want to move on
Yeah.
to the next section?
So then coming to the, yeah, it's okay now. So we were discussing about the scholarship. So coming to the next point, which is really, really important about the visa processing. So would you please share some of your key knowledge about how student can process their visas and what are the key complication in the process? So
Absolutely. I mean, this is the key part of a student's application to study in the UK. I'll go into detail about the requirement to get your visa and how Bradford and prospects can support students to ensure that they get their visa to the UK. Firstly, you need an unconditional offer as a student to be able to apply for your CAS. Okay? The CAS is the application for your visa, and it's the unconditional offer is a requirement before you apply for it. In addition to that, you need to pay your deposit. Our deposit is only £2,000. You pay £2,000 for your deposit, and then after that, we also would need to see your bank statement of your tuition fees and your living allowance. So usually that is around £22,000. And then following that, we also would need to see your TB certificate. So these are things that you would need to actually have with you. The main thing is the deposit of £2,000, which triggers an application. Once you pay your deposit and you show your bank statement and your TB certificate, we have a dedicated visa department of 8 members of staff, and that department, each student will get a dedicated officer from the team, and they will go through their credibility interview. Now, students might wonder what is a credibility interview. Credibility interview is what you need to have with the Home Office, the UK government. But we will do a practice of this, and our team, our staff are very good experts in this industry. They have been doing it for a very long time, and so they'll put questions that the Home Office will ask. So once we have sent your application, once we satisfy your credibility, you will give feedback as well. So we do take the time out to feedback to see how to do in their practice interview so that it will improve for their application. Now, obviously prospects will support you in applying for your CAS, and they will support you in paying your deposit as well. They'll sort of tell you the methods that are available for Bradford, and they'll also help you with questions as well. So you have support not only from our visa department, you also have support from the agent prospects as well. In addition to this, you'll then get a date for your actual credibility interview, and it takes about 2 weeks to get a response for your. So I would say you can apply for at least 3 months prior to your start date. So end of May, you can start applying for your tax.
That's right. So, ma'am, you have covered the visa process. So now we are entering in a section where we are going to answer the queries the students have been asking since we have started our online session. So, one by one, I'll display some of the question on the screen. You will see the question on the screen. So, the first question is, Faisal is asking about that, is university accepting Duolingo test?
University of Bradford is not accepting Duolingo test.
Okay, so Faisal, you got the answer. So coming to the next question, one of the student got IELTS score 6.0 overall. So she's saying that in her one module she got, I think, 5.5.
Yeah, so just to let you know,
does she meet the requirement or not?
So with our IELTS, for most of our master's courses, we do allow students to study with a 6.0. But for some of them, they are a 6.5, so just double check. So usually, 6.0 is absolutely fine, as long as you don't have any subtests, so any of the individual tests less than 5.5. Okay? So all of them have to be no lower than 5.5.
Okay, so one of the student is asking that your test will be online or paper based.
Our own University of Bradford test is a paper-based test, and this is the reason why we are waiting for the travel ban to be lifted. So once that is lifted, I will come to Pakistan, and then we will conduct the paper-based test.
Okay, that's great. So one of the students is asking about some of the criteria. I don't know where he find this information that he's saying that some of the UK universities are waiving out IELTS exam and just conducted one interview. So is Bedford thinking something like this?
So we're not Bedford, we're Bradford, definitely. So thank you for that question. But just to sort of give you an idea, yes, we are waiving English, but only for LUMS University. At the moment, it is only for LUMS because we have a partnership with them, so we've agreed to waive anyone's English who has graduated from LUMS University, but not from other specific universities at the moment. We are looking to get a waiver from other universities potentially, but again, once we have a confirmed list, you can speak to prospects and they will let you know what those universities are. But LUMS is the only one. Apart from that, we will not waive any of the English requirements.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for the answer. Ma'am, is there any requirement for the English test that University of Bradford is going to conduct? So students are asking about any kind of requirement.
Yeah, again, so with the English language test, we do require students to have a conditional offer. So students who tend to say our English language test have to have a conditional offer. Usually we do ask students to pay deposit in advance, but this time around we didn't, because of the Corona and COVID-19 situation, all we need is for you to have a conditional offer, and then we'll proceed on to letting you sit the exam.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the answer. In the next question is, one of the student has applied in the pre-sessional course at University of Bradford. So he's saying that his course will start in later July. So what will happen now? So student is concerned about the current situation.
Yeah. So all students who are studying the pre-sessional course, they will get an email directly. You should look out on your email because our academics will be sending out some information specifically for pre-sessional. However, the pre-sessional will be online for the moment. So all our 10-week pre-sessional, 15-week pre-sessional are going to be based online. So Mohammed Faisal, if you have an offer for Bradford pre-sessional, I don't know about any other universities, but Bradford, we are going to be conducting online. You can drop me a message or Ismail a message separately, and we can sort of look at your offer and then support you with that.
Yeah, Faisal, you can drop your detail, you can drop your concern to us, and we will write an email to university, and we will let you know about your pre-sessional course. Thank you so much, Faisal, for asking this question. So, ma'am, coming to the next question, the student is asking about, does university form any policy for the international students regarding current situation? So, I think he's asking about COVID-19 or some situation when student enters in the UK, or some kind of, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So just to sort of answer that question, I guess it's sort of for current students, we have put things in place to support them and just to ensure that they have all that they need to so that they can pass their exams and then complete the year. If you're a new student, we're applying as normal. So we're hoping by September things will be better and in place. We do support our students anyway, so we are actually we've got voted #1 in the UK for supporting our international students as a welcome. We pick students up from the airport. We have a dedicated room for international students. So if they have any concerns or worries, that's open 24/7. We have 24-hour security on campus as well. But I guess with the COVID-19 situation, everyone knows as much as we all know the same amount of information about the current situation. I guess we just have to keep safe, and we are hoping that things will be better by September. We just need to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Inshallah. And we are very optimistic people, ma'am, and we are very hopeful for the September intake that it will start on time. So,
Yeah,
student, get your process done, and share your application form, share some of the document, and we can do an assessment and share with you. As I would like to mention, ma'am, that we Prospect Consulting are providing free consultation to all of our students. So who are interested in the University of Bradford, do contact with us. Our senior counselor will engage with you. And up till now, ma'am, we got 100% visa success ratio. So it's a kind of achievement for us.
Absolutely, it's fantastic. So any student sort of wanting to submit their application to Bradford, they should contact Prospect. They should have all their documents, and they will get a offer as soon as possible. But you need to make sure you have all the documents. I would also sort of let students know that September intake is happening. And if you're worried about IELTS or anything, we will be conducting our own English language test. So keep your eyes open for that, and hopefully, inshallah, once everything's sort of better, we'll inform you on the date. But the main thing is, if you have a conditional offer, you'll be the first person to sit the test. If you don't have an offer, then you won't be on the list to sit the English language test.
Yeah. So the good part is that you can get your offer, and you can apply now. So at the prior benefit, you get the offer, and you get your all process done as soon as possible. So that's it. So one student is asking about that, is without IELTS possible in medical science?
So yes, we offer biomedical science at undergraduate and postgraduate level. But no, you need IELTS. Unless you're from London University, then no, you don't need IELTS for the September intake. Otherwise, you need IELTS, or you need TOEFL at home, or you can sit our own Bradford English language test, the paper-based test.
Yeah, sure. One of the students. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. One of the student is asking about the requirement for the scholarship of AI, artificial intelligence, which you have mentioned earlier. So, what are the key requirements for that scholarship?
So it's usually based on your application and your personal statement. and your background and your interest in that particular course. So, like I said, we have 60 available, and what I would say 60 is quite a good number of scholarships available. So, as long as you meet our requirement, you have an unconditional offer as well. We would look to sort of give you that £10,000 scholarship.
Ma'am, is there any kind of marks criteria or percentage of certain honors degree you would require?
No, so as long as you meet our standard entry requirements, you will get the scholarship for that particular course.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for the answer. Ma'am, one student is asking about he has done a DAE, which is a 3-year diploma course in Pakistan, and he has a background of matriculation. So, can he get the direct entry in undergrad?
What has he studied? So, 3-year diploma.
Yeah, 3-year diploma. Yeah, DAE.
Okay, yeah, we would potentially look for a first-year entry, but again, we would have to look at the overall marks and the qualifications. So, what I would have advised is submit your transcript, and so we can have a look at individual marks and qualification that you have got, and then we would see if we can accept you for our undergraduate qualification.
Okay, so ma'am, this is the student who have been asking the same question again, and he has confirmed that he has applied for the University of Bradford pre-sessional course, and he's quoting that he has paid the fee. So, and in the current situation, what will your take on this?
Yeah, so Mohammed, so what I would advise you is, this is quite an individual sort of personal question. So I would say you should contact us directly, and then we can look at your individual case, because I can speak. It will take quite a long time to go into detail about what the university have recommended, and you will need to speak to 3 different people in terms of your academic, and also we would need to see what you want to do as well. And like I said, pre-sessionals are still happening, so I'm not too sure why you're worried, because we are conducting our pre-session online. We haven't really made a huge amount of changes. Business is as usual, but first of all, what I would say is you can contact me directly, and we can sort of discuss your individual case.
Sure. Ma'am, one of the students is asking about that. Do you have any idea that when UK Embassy is expected to be operational?
I don't know what you mean by that question, but if you mean when will you be allowed to apply for your visa, it's always
exactly.
before enrollment. So our start date usually is sort of mid-September. Anytime 3 months prior to that, you can apply for your visa. But you can pay your deposit and get your documents ready now. So when the date is available, you can apply for your pass now, and you can start preparing you for your visa. But yes, 3 months prior to your actual start date. And that's what all you do.
Thank you. Some of the student is asking about any confirmation of date for the University of Bradford English test, and as you have mentioned, ma'am, that this will happen in the late July and expected to be happen. And students, the date hasn't been announced yet, so stay tuned and stay in contact with your senior counselor. Stay in contact with the prospect, and we will let you know as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
So, I'm coming to the next question, that what is the overall scholarship for every student, such as international business management or MSc accounting and data analytics?
So for all our business management, accounting and finance, data analytics, all our scholarships are £4,000 for students in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So our fees are around £16,000, and your scholarship is £4,000. So it will reduce your fees to £12,000. But you are studying at a Triple Crown accredited business school as well.
Sure. And one of the students is asking about her sister has done a FA journal after matric. So could she apply for the bachelor in Bradford? So, as you have mentioned about the foundation, that in Pakistan, the student who has an intermediate cannot apply directly to the Bradford in undergrad program. So, Muhammad Faisal, she need to do a foundation course from a Bradford. Ma'am, when a student apply for the foundation course, so do you offer a joint class?
At the moment, it's interesting you ask that question because we've got discussions at the university about changing this. So at the moment, it's a single class. So students who apply for Bradford, obviously once they finish their foundation, they can reapply to Bradford or they can apply elsewhere. However, we are looking to have a joint class. So your foundation will be alongside your undergraduate. So at the moment, it's single, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks we are changing this as well.
That's great, and I can see that you will figure it out and consider this option as well. So, ma'am, we are going to at the closing end. So, I would really like to know about that how your relation is with the prospect consulting, as we have in you can say in a partnership relationship, and how you consider prospect as a partner.
Yeah. So I started working with prospects when I was at a different university. They've always been very supportive. They're a fantastic organisation and very welcoming. So I feel like I'm sort of a part of their team as well. Whenever they have questions, they're always there to support and vice versa as well. So they're very close to the University of Bradford. And they have all the information and details to ensure that you get your offer on time, and they have a good idea of the courses available. So I'm really happy, like I said, they have 100% success rate in their visa as well. So not only will the University of Bradford support you, but prospects individually will support you with your visa. So what I would say is just ensure that you keep in touch with your counsellor, the senior counsellor, and they will guide you and support you during these challenging times.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind word. And I would like to say that we are privileged to work with the University of Bradford, and the kind of relationship we have established with the Bradford is really amazing. And it has been the reason that you are kind of you are providing a very kind support to our counselor. And whenever we raise a query, you try to respond as soon as possible. So that's I guess that's a great part.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, again for taking out time out of your busiest routine and come online and discuss number of the question and number of concern. As the question that when basalt test is going to happen is something that students are asking again and again. So you have clarified it today, and we would like to mention. I would like to mention it again that ma'am is considering about her visit in Pakistan in late July. So guys, stay tuned, and we will share any update whenever we receive from Ma'am Nosheen. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time, and stay blessed.
Okay, so
Thank you so much. Guys, you have attended today's session, and I really thankful to all of you as आपने अपनी busiest routine से time निकाला, और जिसके भी concern थे about basal test कि ये कब हो रहे हैं, so मैम ने update किया है कि it will happen in the late July, considered to be happen. So अगर किसी को जल्दी है या उसका process अभी उसने सारी condition meet कर ली है, so try to attempt all other tests which are available or which are being considered by the University of Bradford. जिसमें मैम ने mention किया कि TOEFL online accept कर रही है University of Bradford, तो ये भी आपके पास option available है, और we are trying very hard to make it possible for you guys कि आप as soon as possible अपने processes complete करें और University of Bradford के लिए pursue करें. और जो student interested है, try to contact us. Our counselors are available 24/7, and when we say 24/7, we really mean it कि जब भी आप कोई मैसेज ड्रॉप करेंगे, जब भी आपको कॉल करेंगे, हमारे जो सीनियर काउंसलर है वो अवेलेबल होंगे आपकी क्वेरी को रिस्पॉन्ड करने के लिए. और आई वुड लाइक टू मेंशन हियर दैट वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग फ्री कंसल्टेशन. In your screen you can see the free online consultation word, but we really provide free consultation. आपका स्टार्ट से लेके एंड तक जो भी प्रोसेस होगा उसमें आपको बड़ी डेडिकेशन के साथ गाइड किया जाएगा। आपके जितने भी प्रोसेसेस हैं, जो भी कंसर्न है, वो सारी डील की जाएंगे। इवन दो आपको जो यूनिवर्सिटी के इंटरव्यू टेस्ट हैं उसके लिए भी प्रिपरेशन करवाई जाएगी, और आपको इंग्लिश टेस्ट के लिए भी प्रिपरेशन करवाएंगे हम। एंड आपके अगर कोई डॉक्यूमेंट आप देखना चाहते हैं कि आप इंट्री रिक्वायरमेंट मीट करते हैं या नहीं करते, तो डू शेयर योर document with us. Our senior counselor will assess your document and reply you as soon as possible. So ये आपके सामने स्क्रीन के सामने लाहौर लाइंस मेंशन है। अगर आप में से कोई स्टूडेंट जो लाहौर से बिलोंग करते हैं और काइंड ऑफ एरिया जो लाहौर के करीब है, सो यू कैन कांटेक्ट, अभी फोन उठाएं, कॉल करें हमारे काउंसलर को, एंड यू विल गेट योर रिस्पॉन्स इंशाल्लाह। और इस्लामाबाद लाइन के लिए अगर कोई इस्लामाबाद से स्टूडेंट के नियर बाय एरिया से, सो डू कॉन्टेक्ट अस, आवर काउंसलर आर वेटिंग फॉर योर कॉल। एंड थैंक यू सो मच। आई गेस आज का सेशन आपको काफ़ी फ्रूटफुल रहा होगा, एज मैम नौशीन ने काफ़ी इंसाइट शेयर की। और आई गेस सबसे आज जो बेहतरीन बात आज की जो डिस्कशन का, दैट इज़ अ £10,000 स्कॉलरशिप जो कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कोर्स के लिए अवेलेबल है। एंड वी विल ट्राई आर बेस्ट टू फाइंड द क्राइटेरिया कि कौन से ऐसे क्राइटेरिया जिस पे आप फुलफिल होकर वो स्कॉलरशिप ले सकते हैं। सो ट्राई टू एंगेज, एंड £4,000 का स्कॉलरशिप अवेलेबल है फॉर ऑल स्टूडेंट। So thank you so much again, and stay blessed. Allah Hafiz, and stay tuned with us as we are doing a live session series with some of the other universities. So be engaged with us. Thank you so much.